Hi there, Lyndall Pinchen, Canine Naturopath from Canine Vitality, back again today to share with you the second part of my three-part blog series on autoimmune disease in dogs. What's really going on? Now you might remember in last week's blog post, we talked about what autoimmune diseases were and what I believe are the 5 top causes of them in our dogs from a naturopathic perspective. And while that's all well and good, I'm sure that those of you who do have a dog that has been diagnosed with any sort of autoimmune disorder really just want to know if there is any way that you can actually treat or even reverse this naturally. Maybe that's you. So today we'll be looking at another 5 steps to overcoming these complex diseases. And while I want you to remember that this information is general in nature, implementing these 5 steps will see your dog well on their way to rebalancing and healing. So let's take a look at these steps right now. Now, step number 1, firstly, we need to eliminate foods that are triggering the autoimmune response. Now, foods like wheat, corn, rice, soy, dairy, and sugars are all known to trigger off an autoimmune response. And these are all, of course, commonly found in processed dog foods. So it does make sense to eliminate these from our dog's diet, even those cleverly marketed grain-free versions, which are very much starch-based. Now, as autoimmune diseases have a pattern of chronic inflammation, an anti-inflammatory diet is also a key factor in treating this. So what does that mean? Well, for the great majority of dogs, an organic raw diet based around raw meaty bones, muscle meats, good fats, and small amounts of plant matter, i.e. vegetables, is ideal. But you know, there are some dogs that suffer from certain autoimmune diseases that may initially need a lightly cooked version of this diet to allow their bodies to start to heal. So always check this with your holistic practitioner before diving in and changing your dog's diet, just to make sure you're getting the best information for your dog. Now, step 2, we want to be healing our dog's guts. Those of you who know me know I'm a really big believer in keeping your dog's guts strong and healthy. Now, issues around what's known as leaky gut syndrome are as much of a problem now for our dogs as they are for us as humans. And there are a number of factors that influence this. Now, you can read more about leaky gut in my blog, but suffice it to say, it's essential that we heal our dog's gut, as this is one of the main causes of autoimmune disease, as you might remember from last week's post. Now, using an anti-inflammatory diet, along with bone broth, herbs, gut healing nutrients, and good fats, we can really help our dog's guts start to heal. And this goes a significant way to reversing the autoimmune disease process. And this is because of the way that it helps rebalance the immune system. Now, I always recommend doing a leaky gut regime under the guidance and supervision of an animal naturopath like myself or similar practitioner who can lead you through this in the best and most effective way for your specific dog's needs. Now, step 3, we need to treat underlying infection. Now, we saw last week that underlying infections can be a contributing factor to autoimmune disorders. Now, viral, bacterial, and yeast infections in particular seem to be triggers for many of the autoimmune diseases out there. So it's important though here to remember to be really careful not to rely on treating these using antibiotics and other medications which potentially can further damage the gut and immune system and ultimately make the whole thing worse, which we definitely don't want. Now, there are a wide variety of herbs and nutritional supplements around that can be very effective against a wide range of infectious agents. Take, for example, if your dog's suffering from an underlying yeast infection. Now, herbs like garlic, pau d'arco, barberry, calendula, and oregano, along with supplements such as probiotics, which many of you will know of, can help your dog actually overcome this without the need to rely on antifungal drugs. Now, of course, once again, please always check with your practitioner to get the right regime for your dog's needs. Now, this is also important because there are certainly some herbs that we don't want to be using when there's an active autoimmune disease. Now, herbs such as echinacea, for example, which many of you know of, are not recommended due to its boosting nature. And as autoimmune diseases are actually an overactive state, we don't want to stimulate it any further. Okay, step 4, we want to reduce the chemical load and detox our dogs. Reducing the load of chemicals in our dog's environment not only really applies to those dogs that are suffering from any sort of autoimmune disorder, but really to all of our dogs. We do know that there are some really damaging effects of toxins on our dog's body, and this includes what goes in their body and also what goes on their skin. So vaccinations, flea, tick and worming products, household cleaning products, medications, processed foods, shampoos and sprays, etc. All of these products contain chemicals that can really build up in your dog's system and over time start to wreak havoc with the gut, the immune system and the body in general. Now, eliminating as many of these from our dog's environment, along with gentle detoxification regimes that support liver, bowel, kidney and blood and lymphatics, carried out once again in a supervised and progressive way, can really help take the load off the body and thus allow it to start this rebalancing and healing process. And finally, step 5, we need to reduce stress. Now, stress can be, any sort of stress can really cause elevated levels of cortisol. And this chronically elevated level of cortisol really causes the immune system to start to go out of control and causes inflammation. Now, there are many things we can do to help reduce stress from a natural perspective, like herbs, magnesium, B vitamins, omega oils, essential oils, homeopathic remedies and flower essences. Now, all of these natural medicines can reduce elevated cortisol levels and calm and strengthen the nervous system and endocrine system. So in today's post, you can see that we've had a look at 5 steps that will really help your dog manage or even reverse their current autoimmune diagnosis. And while, as I mentioned in the beginning, that this information really is general in nature, following these 5 steps will at least see you well on your way to helping your dog heal. And remember, if you have a dog that's suffering right now from any sort of autoimmune disease and you'd like some help, remember you can contact me through email, website or on my Facebook page so I can help put you on the right path by working out a specific plan to implement. And in the final of this 3-part blog series, I'll be addressing some specific supplements that you can use to help a wide range of autoimmune disorders. So I hope you really enjoyed today's post on autoimmune disease in dogs, what's really going on, the 5 steps to overcoming it. Please remember to like and comment below, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the latest happy healthy dog tips straight to your inbox. That's all for today. I look forward to catching up with you in the 3rd part of our blog series in my next video, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.